All right, we back at it. Homegrown, another episode, another podcast, live and direct from the Fab Factory Studios.
Shout out to Fab Factory.
I'm Chuck Dizzle.
DJ Head. We got one of the legends in here, one of my favorites. I was telling them earlier, definitely one of my favorites. I got a lot of, I'm a huge comedy connoisseur of comedy, and this man is on my list of people who I enjoy seeing, who I would actually pay and get a hard ticket sale to see.
That's right.
TK Kirkland is here.
That's right. Put the love in the room.
You know
Let's
what
put the
I'm
love
saying?
in the room. Energy is everything. Start clapping, that energy comes. That energy.
Hey, listen, bro. First and foremost, shout out to Bootleg Kev. You came and rocked with us at the radio station a couple years ago, and I really appreciated that. Shout out to AK too. For looking out for me. I was like, man, it's weird when somebody's kid, I guess.
Right.
Because it's like, hey, you know what? I'm a huge fan of your dad. And it's like, and he's like, oh yeah, my pops will come do your show.
Mm-hmm.
He'll come do my show.
Right.
But you gave us that, and I appreciate that.
Appreciate it. The thing that was funny about that, I thought Kev was you.
Oh, no. Kev is the white man.
I thought you was Kev. Yeah, I thought you was Kev. All that time, so I'm sitting there waiting. And I'm like, when I figured it out, that was the funniest thing in the world, dog.
Kev
that
is
was
white,
crazy.
I'm black.
Okay, right.
But listen, first and foremost, we appreciate you.
Yes.
As a comedy legend.
Yes.
I want to know from your perspective. Let's just get right to it. I want to know from your perspective, what makes somebody funny?
I think it's a combination of personality, being quick on your feet. But then it's also confidence and not being afraid to go on stage and not being afraid if something doesn't work. Like some people, it's a lot of funny people off stage, but then get on stage, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to set things up. And that takes training, The way I started writing jokes was, believe it or not, I read a book. I forgot the name of the book. And I read this book, and it teaches you how to set up a punchline, and this was in the 80s.
I would like to know the name of that.
Then over the years, I have the ability, just like how Jay-Z would say he could write something off the top of his head, I have the ability to write jokes off the top of the dome. So I haven't wrote a joke on a piece of paper in probably 30-something years.
Really?
Yeah, it's been that long. Because I'll get a thought, like if I get something today, it'll be on my mind every day, and now it's there. And then when I go on stage, if it comes out that day, it comes out. If not, I'll get another time.
But how do you know it's funny in your head?
Because I think after so many years, It's like a basketball player, right, who hasn't shot the ball in a long time. Like you see Stephen Curry pass his dad the ball, he could shoot it from half court. So it could be a little luck, but it's just that feel from doing it so long.
Muscle memory.
And so many years, it goes right in. Same thing with stand-up comedy.
Damn. No. So I'm just thinking about that, and you saying that you love TK so much. I want to get into why, because I feel like you're into a certain level of comedy.
Yeah, we talking about that.
Yeah.
We literally was just talking about that.
That and I think that is one of the things. So like when you get on stage, and again, a part of being funny is like, is there a certain thing of like, damn, this might not go over because I gotta be truthful, or is it like a certain level of just not giving a?
I think after 40 years in the business now, you just know what to do when you go on stage. You get there and you feel a certain way. But all I do is just give opinions of things. I read from the stock market. I read politics. I read about relationships. And when you go on stage, you just give your opinion.
Gotcha.
And that's what I do. I just give my opinion, but I know somewhere in there you got to make it funny, or I may not be looking for jokes. I might just be wanting to deliver knowledge and information.
Just game.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
So then what's your thoughts on somebody like Chappelle? I feel like Chappelle doesn't go up there with the intent to be funny sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes he goes up there and he's just kicking game.
Yeah, it's something that he read probably that day, or he felt, or something that's trending in the world. He just gives his opinion. He knows that no matter what he says, somehow, somewhere in there, I have to make it funny.
Have you ever done that where you're speaking on something and you're literally just kicking game or giving an opinion, and in real time you freestyling the funny?
I freestyle them all the time. That's what I'm saying. I don't write my jokes down.
Oh, okay.
It's just some stuff I have in my head. It's like you have this over here, you have everything, and it all comes together. and it comes together based on the audience. It comes together based on if you're tired or you're well rested. Because if you're tired, you just want to get through it. So it's like being a runner or a boxer. You know you can win, but sometimes you just do just enough.
I want to get into the state of comedy because we was talking about it, and I think that the state of comedy where it's at today, where it sits,
Right.
is a lot parallel to where the state of hip hop is.
Yes,
in the
yes.
sense that the OGs are still selling out, still touring, still on the road, still getting to it, working
Legacy
every
acts.
day, and the younger generation not so much.
Yes.
Because of whatever the case may be, it might not be they don't have the foundation that the OGs have. Even I consider Drake to be at this point one of those people who's not a legacy act,
Right.
but he's a established act
Yes.
at this point, right? You got 50 Cent who just did an unbelievable amount of dates,
Right.
sold out all over the world, etc. But then you have the younger dudes, Travis Scott. I think Lil Baby canceled their tours. Nobody knows why.
Right.
Initially,
Yeah,
Travis
you're
on
not
tour
doing the
now.
numbers. You're not canceling them if you're doing the numbers. If you're doing the numbers, you're going to get it. If the numbers are not good, nah, you're
That's
gonna fall
why.
back. Yeah, you're gonna fall back.
Do you see that parallel between comedy and hip hop?
Yeah, and when you brought it up, it makes sense. You could only get so far with being an imitation. You know, you can only get so far. And what is going on with the people today? You guys are growing up. See, years ago, you was able to get away. It was like that parent, the mother who tells the kid that your daddy ain't shit, and you believe her.
Yeah.
Oh, my daddy ain't shit. And then when you grow up and you start seeing things for what it really is, you go, Ma, you lied to me.
That just happened to me.
Wow.
That just happened to me, literally.
Yeah.
My dad just started coming around.
Right.
And I just had my 40th birthday. My dad just started coming around, and he started telling me stuff, and I'm like, oh, my mom was being a woman. Like, just being, emotional.
Yes, yes. And that's how most of the stuff is. And kids don't see it. But if you have children out there, young men and women, or young men, and you got a baby mama that's doing that, just know one day, if you live long enough, the kids will find out the truth. You can a mother who's bitter like that or emotional can only lie so much. And then eventually they're gonna find out the truth.
So the people that the people that's coming to the comedy shows are now looking for more, or
They're looking for more because now they burnt out. They know that there's like you bullshitted me all these years.
time,
You wasn't really giving me what I want. Think about some of these comedians who's famous and young. You spend all your money and you go into the show, and they only could do 15 minutes. You didn't have time to have your drinks. You didn't have time to have fun. The drive there was longer than their act.
got you.
So now you burnt out. And all these comedians are doing that, and the numbers was good years ago, but it's starting to tank just a little.
So you think that the comedians are like fooling people? Is that what it
They're
is?
fooling people for a while. Some people learn to get a little better, but if you go to maybe 10 comedy shows, about 80% of them, most of those comedians are not funny. They might be funny for a few minutes, but I'm talking about
the whole time.
act. I'm talking about your whole set. You're gonna get a little chuckles. But can you be funny
Right.
for 60 minutes?
Right.
Can you be funny for an hour and 30 minutes? That's what I'm saying. It's hard to do that.
I want to go back to the early days just for a second because you mentioned picking up that book.
Yes.
For you, obviously, was that something that you were already kind of like on the heels of comedy and trying to develop your style? You said, okay, I'm at a ceiling now. Let me find out that next thing to develop.
I just think in anything you do in life, you got to know the foundation. Like some people inherit money after parents die, grandparents pass, and they say, oh, I'm going to open up a business. But then in a year, 2 years, they lose.
Right.
Because no one took the time to either go work for the business that they wanted to do. Because you got to learn the business. You just can't jump into business.
Right.
People jump into business, they lose everything. But you got to actually go work in that business, know that business before you start that business. And people don't do that. And the same thing with anything. It's like trying to fly a plane.
Right.
Yeah, it looks good, but you got to know what you're
gotta get your
doing.
license, yeah.
And same thing with a car. If you're young and no one's ever taught you to drive, you don't know nothing. So you got to take lessons. So it's the same thing with stand-up, same with anything. Being a doctor, you got to learn the game.
But you don't necessarily hear comedians say that. You know what I mean?
They just want to go on and think that's
Exactly.
the way it goes. But the true good comedians, have learned that. Well, however they got their information, however how they taught themselves, that's the foundation of being a good stand-up comic.
Got you.
Now, obviously, you weren't mentioned in the Katt Williams thing like that, but like Chuck was saying, like you one of them ones, and what makes you one of them ones for me is the reality-based, truth-telling style of comedy, right? And I think, I got you, I got Katt, I got obviously, Chappelle and all these people, but like I really like Corey Holcomb.
Yes.
Burr.
Bill Burr is probably my number one right now. Not to be confused with Bill Bellamy. And then also I like Hannibal Buress.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a while, but yes, he's funny.
So when you see a comic perform, what do you go based on your opinion if they're funny, or do you go based on the audience?
I'll go based on my opinion, but believe it or not, I don't watch comics perform.
At all?
I think it's a bad thing for a comedian to watch another comic.
Damn.
Yeah,
so what's the last time you seen a comic perform?
Last night on one of my shows, but that's because I was sitting, I've known this dude's act for a long time, and I watched him because he went on right before me.
Got you.
A good comedian will go watch who's going on before him, so you don't talk about the same things.
Right.
But then you could piggyback off what they just talked about and then work into your act. But the reason why I don't watch other comics because the thing that's going around, how you can steal somebody's joke, how you can steal somebody's set. And most people, I think, don't want to steal someone's joke, but if you watch someone,
it seeps in.
It seeps in.
And
it could just happen.
I remember seeing something about it was now it wasn't Cedric. It was you said Katt had used one of your jokes.
Yeah, Katt did, and I'm not. And when I said that, I'm explaining to what I meant. Katt said, "Who raised you?" on his special, and people reached out to me. Yo, Katt stole your joke, T. I ain't tripping about that because it wasn't a set. See, I'm more mature than most people. I got more knowledge than most people. Now, if he did "Who raised you" throughout the whole show, he stole my joke.
Got it.
Because it's a set.
It's a set. He just said it one time. That's not my set. But I'm not petty. The average comic, if you'd have said that, would have been, yo, you're stealing my stuff.
Right.
But I didn't trip. I try not to trip off too much stuff. I mean, you know me for a while. Yeah. My thing is, I think when people know me, like, yo, he a real cool brother. Like,
you're not never tripping about
I ain't moving like that. I don't move like that.
I did hear you say something about that as far as like it's petty to call out comedians over stealing jokes. Why
because
is that?
I think if you really have a problem with someone,
get them on the line.
Talk to them on the phone. And once you talk to them, it's done. You don't keep talking about it. Social media has softened the world so bad that people jump on these things and clickbait and say what they need to say, and we're losing the ability to be men out here in the world. The rules are all going different type of directions, and what I try to do is just pretty much, let's get it back in order, because the women are really looking for strong men and men who move like men. You got men who, they all over the place, they more emotional like women, and women know. It's like the same way the young comics are falling off, the same way the rappers are falling off and the old school comedians. Women are now looking for older guys. Like, I got so many young women trying to holler at me, it's crazy. And they starting now at 24, 25, wanting to take me out to dinner, it's I'm telling you, it's insane. And I want to thank you ladies anyway. I just ain't got the time, but thank you so much. I'm 63, and to have somebody holler at you and they 25, 26 is a compliment.
Yeah, he's like,
I can see that.
Yeah, it's a compliment. I'm an old head, still looking good. Man, that's a beautiful thing.
So when you talk to somebody on the phone, you're saying it's over with.
Yeah, that's about anything in life.
Anything.
If you have a problem with another man, try to get them on the phone and talk to them.
What if they don't pick up, or they're not?
Then you do what you do.
Okay.
Or
if they're not being receptive to a private conversation, then do you go public?
No, you still don't go public.
So never go public.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Okay.
It's not worth it. You know, just like there's a thing out now with me and Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the thing about what said, I never brought it up.
Well, you were banned from your own show.
I was banned from my own show, which was crazy.
But see, that goes to what Katt was saying as far as there's a collective group who move a certain way,
right?
And they don't let outsiders in. And then I guess that's kind of
here's
same
the
thing
thing. Before, and like I said, when I started comedy, Katt was about 15, 16 years old. I come from 1985. Nobody was doing comedy before me, right? That's Bernie Mac and all them. And what happened to the business is that if you put up your money, nobody should be able to tell you what to do with your money. I don't care if you a boss, nigga, you ain't gonna tell me what to do with my bread.
Yeah, I put up the bread.
So the comedy game changed when comedians said, "Yo, don't put him on the show. I bring my own people." And most comedians did that so they wouldn't be in competition with a younger comic who might be funnier than them. So they did that to protect themselves.
So they won't get booed.
So they won't get booed or they look bad. Now, I know how good I am. What comedy has led to, I've been doing this so long that my style of comedy has been manipulated, stamped on. Like if I was selling the key and we put powder on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So you could stretch it. Yeah. So my style of comedy is so far gone that comics, when they do that style, they really think they developed it. But I was actually the person that put it together. And if anybody ever get a chance to meet Bob Sumner or Tina Graham, they was the two people that started Def Jam with Russell Simmons. Okay. And they'll tell you that they built that show around TK Kirkland. Wow. That style of comedy, raw and uncut, was TK Kirkland. And that's how Def Jam style. And that's how when you see them show, it was crazy. It was, on a whole nother level. But I just never did Def Jam I did something else. I did a special on HBO called Mo Funny. Mm-hmm. And then I had a situation later in line that it was a misunderstanding. So I never did Def Jam. But to still be working at so many people who did Def Jam, they're still selling out around the world, because I'm not just doing America. I'm doing Australia, Japan, London, England. And to sign one of the biggest deals with Live Nation with hardly no movie credits, no TV credits. So they saw something in me that they loved, and we've been rolling ever since.
How do you not take something like that personal, what's in your face over a course of decades? Like, yo, is it like a flattery thing? Like, yo, that's me.
I don't care. Don't care. But like I said, I'm not like all the other comics.
And is that a personality trait that's just always
I think
been
it's personality, how I was raised. I came up with I come up with the streets. Mm-hmm. I don't come up with the comedians. Gotcha. Yeah, I love them from a distance. They like distant cousins, right? And when I see them, I shake your hand, I say hello. They'll compliment you like, TK, I love you your style, and I sit there and chill. Yeah. But I don't go to nobody's house. It ain't like we getting together on the golf course.
Buddy.
Yeah, it's just how I move. So
is that from a street perspective, or is that so you don't, because these dudes and you don't want to even get caught up into that shit?
No. I just I'm much older than everybody. I'm a senior citizen.
Yeah, but it's still camaraderie amongst.
Nah, I'm an introvert.
Okay, so as a personality trait,
yes,
that's you just naturally, even if you weren't doing comedy, you don't go to people's houses.
No, don't do none of that.
Okay,
yeah, that's how I move.
Because a lot of people, even in hip hop and in music, is like you have people like Roddy Ricch, who's like, I'm antisocial, and I know Roddy, so I know that he likes to be. He don't want to be in the mix. He don't want to go to people's house parties,
right,
that type of stuff.
Yeah, so, I don't do all that.
Okay, so you don't do all of the commingling during awards, weekends.
Oh no, I ain't doing all that.
He said, nah.
Yeah, just because you don't.
None of that.
But is that because that's who you are? You don't like the people?
No, it's because I've done all of that. See, I came up through hip hop.
Got you.
See, most comedians came up through comedy clubs. I came up through comedy clubs, but then I was doing arenas before most comedians was doing arenas. I was touring with NWA.
Right.
I was touring with Jay-Z, the Cash Money Millionaires, Luke, Ludacris, everybody that was big, I was on their tour. Yeah. So I was doing 20, 30,000 people a night. And you got to be good to do 20, 30,000 people a night. Tour with Nelly, I did with everybody.
What's the best part and the worst part about those experiences as far as being in front of those crowds?
It was never the worst feeling for me. Really? It was great because I felt that I was that man, yo.
Yeah.
I was really rocking arenas. To be a comedian,
That's fire.
rocking arenas.
So look, so let me ask you this
Same.
then, because the Kings of Comedy gets a lot of the credit for doing arenas first.
Yes,
but were
yes.
you doing arenas before that?
Okay, so I want you to listen to comprehend, not listen to reply.
Okay.
Watch what I'm saying. I said I was on hip hop tours,
NWA.
not comedy tours. The comedy tours came because someone made a decision. They got some money, they put this show together, and they called it the Kings of Comedy. What people don't know that it was the original Kings of Comedy was Jerry Lewis and those guys back in the day. And my man, I forgot his name, who was behind the Kings of Comedy, had to change something because the Kings of Comedy was a whole group of the men. I think it was in the 40s and 50s, you know? So that's how that worked. But as far as stand-up comedy, I was doing tours with the rappers. Comedy it's just like politics, you know? Bernie Mac was good, yes, but is Bernie Mac the funniest? Because you hear Robin Harris.
I mean,
You had D.L. Hughley, you got Martin Lawrence.
Right.
You got, for every four, you had Chris Rock. You had Chris Tucker. You had people who were stars. Let's even go deeper. You had Keenan Ivory Wayans, Arsenio Hall.
Right.
See, there's some names out there.
facts.
So whoever projects what you see, you could, once you get out there and you could project what you want, people will run with it and won't even think about all these other people. They'll think that's official. But imagine if it was like the Super Bowl. You had to go to the playoffs to become the Kings of Comedy because you were so good that the fans chose you to be in that arena.
Right.
That's different.
That's different.
This is handpicked. So they got the title Kings of Comedy. It's not to take anything away from them comics, but in actuality, there was a Keenan Ivory Wayans. There was a kid named Eddie Murphy.
So then do you think, because I noticed that you have never self-proclaimed yourself to be a GOAT. You've never self-proclaimed yourself to be a king of comedy.
No.
Do you feel like that's disrespectful to the people that come before?
No. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I really
Right,
don't. People
right.
take this stuff too seriously. I just want to get the money.
You're not tripping.
No, I'm not tripping.
Okay.
You know, it's only titles. In 100 years, all of us in this room
Strong.
and around the world will be gone. Yeah. Nobody is going to care about no titles.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I wanted to add. Oh, I want to read you something that I
Okay.
saw you. It says, sad to see so many men and women give up on their dreams, hobbies, passions, and health just because they are now in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Stay on your path with or without a woman or a man. I said what I said.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's self-explanatory.
So fuck whoever. I gotta go and do what I gotta do. Cause that's the attitude I have, but I get a lot of flack for it. Like, for instance, between us,
I'm married.
He's married.
I saw the ring on his finger.
With 2 kids. He
Yeah.
chose the family life.
Right.
I don't have none of the above.
Yes.
And because I'll choose to focus on this over here, and I guess the question is that blanketed for everybody? Is that a statement for everybody?
Right, but you're a young man, but you really know the answer already. And the answer is whatever you choose to do with your life. Like, he's
Facts.
married, that's what he wanted. He pursued that, got married. Hopefully he's truly happy. He's not in the room when everybody's going like, man, I hate my motherfucking wife. This bitch drive me motherfucking crazy. And then you know how they tell the young heads? No, don't do it, dog. Don't marry that bitch, yo. Don't marry her. Yo, we ain't happy out here. And it works for some people.
Right.
But I think that you gotta, it all comes down to you gotta know who you are. He knows who he is.
Absolutely.
That's why he's married.
Would you recommend marriage to me?
My question is, I don't know you really well to answer that question.
To anybody.
We only met a couple of times. No, marriage is good for some people because the reason why I say you shouldn't get married, again, you got to know who you are. Some people need to be with somebody.
Right.
I feel that.
Some people don't want to be alone. Some people don't know how to be themselves. Some people don't know how to keep their house clean. Some people don't know how to pay their bills. Like sometimes a woman can come in.
I got a homie
and,
like that.
and help you. Like when I'm out sometime and I'm all over the world, I see women shopping for their man and putting it up to them like you're like a child. And that shit, I be wanting to punch him. I want to go up and punch him in his face because that's not a man to me.
Oh,
right?
man.
Your wife telling you to turn around and you go in the dressing room, you come out, you posing for her, and she's like, yeah, that's nice. Try on this right here. Yeah. You know, she tell the saleswoman or man, get that other shirt we was looking at. That drives me insane.
That's
So what? So have you
crazy.
ever been at the gas station and saw a woman pumping the gas and a dude sitting in the car?
Listen to me, fam.
He triggered right now.
Triggered.
I was in New York. You know, I'm pulling up in the whip and I see this fine. I'm talking about she was fine, dog. I'm gonna repeat it. Ooh, she was fine. So I'm the kind of guy, if I'm feeling you, I might pay for your gas. I'm the kind of guy, we at a restaurant, I might pay, you could be with a group of women. I'll tell the waiter, come over here, I'm gonna pay their bill. And when the girl says who paid for it, just give them my number. I do that kind of stuff.
Player.
Yeah, you know, this is in my DNA. You feel me? And I went to go pay this girl's gas, and I'm walking up, excuse me, sister, and I saw the dude leaning back like this, texting. And I saw the phone. I'm like, yo, it's a man in the car. I busted U-turn and walked back to my car. And as I pulled up to her, I said, baby, you should never be pumping the gas and a man sitting in the car.
Yikes.
That hurt me, yo.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing it more and more and more. And I always tell men, you gotta know how to be a gas fairy. You know what the gas fairy
What's a
is?
gas fairy?
Like if you ain't got a car and your girl driving, say, babe, pull over. Your tank on E. Let me park that. Let me fill your gas
Fill
tank
it
up.
up, yeah.
You know, take her to go get a car wash and detail if it's dirty. You know, say, baby, come on, we're gonna go get your car wash. And you know, especially if you ain't got a car, you gotta show a woman that you there.
Yeah.
You're not trying to take advantage. And it don't cost much. $20, $30, $40 to make a woman happy is some of the flyest stuff you can do in your life.
I respect that. I'm the same way. I move like that. I
Yeah.
just don't believe in other certain things, but I definitely.
Yes. And what don't you believe in?
Like opening the car door.
Now, if you're gonna be my friend, if you ever want me to do another interview with
Go
you,
ahead. Hey, let him know.
you
Let him know.
got to start opening a woman's door.
Come on now.
Like, come on, family. Put it like this. One day you might have a child, a girl, and you're going to want that man to treat her with the utmost respect that a man can do. Mm-hmm. And when you don't, you're going to have to confront. Like, yo, my man, like, what you doing? Let's take your mom. I heard you talking about your mom. Mm-hmm. Imagine somebody was disrespecting your mother.
I don't think it's disrespect.
No. Imagine now. I said imagine.
I've imagined.
Yeah, imagine somebody's not, your mom is good to a dude and the dude ain't opening the door. Imagine a man coming over your house and your mom's cooking for him all the time. Imagine your mom buying all the groceries and he coming there eating up all the bacon, eating up all the can, all the sandwich meat, bologna and cheese, eating up all the Sara Lee bread. And you're hearing your mom complaining, like, you know, Steve don't bring nothing over, you know, and you looking at her like, well, that's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to use you. He's supposed, you know, you let him in here. You wouldn't want that to happen, dog. But and so that means you are lacking a few things in life. And right now, when we walked in, you was a 10-star to me.
You got
I gotta take your player card away and review
how many
this at the
points
desk.
are revoked right now?
Yeah,
from
we
that?
at least 3 or 4.
Okay,
Like,
there we go. That's what I'm
easy,
sure.
yeah.
I got
You
a 3 or 4
and you're a
hit.
nice guy. You can't move like that through life, fam. I'm not saying let a woman take advantage of you.
Right.
I'm saying know who to do that for and who not.
So
But
got
you
the
shouldn't even go out
discernment.
with. But you shouldn't even go out with the person unless you want to do those things.
that.
For
With your
them.
my discernment, right? I have to use discernment in
Yes.
order to
Yeah,
understand.
you got to
Have
be
you-
a man at all times.
Have you ever found? Because I 100% agree with you. By
Yes.
the way, have you ever found yourself being taken advantage of by a woman?
I think we all get taken advantage of,
What-
right?
What was that like?
But
for
here's
you?
the thing. Let me explain that. See, before you got your whip, you had probably another car. But when you got money, you got your Tesla, right? You got, I'm doing good. You know, you're able to travel out of the country and get vitamins that you normally couldn't get locally. Am I right? You can only do that with money. Yeah. You can only do that with money.
Yeah.
Money brings you the best women in the world, dog. Money brings you the best PUSSY in the world. So when men are saying, "Oh, she's a gold digger," nah, it's just that your money has put you in a position of better company. Money has put you in a better position of quality conversation. Now, it doesn't mean that person is not trained the same way you are, meaning that person could be after you. That's when you got to be mature and understand where there's minefields, because there's some women you can mess with, it could be all game, right? So you take your time, you enjoy yourself, especially when you guys are young.
Yeah.
Like you don't have enough experience in life to really know what kind of woman to be with. So you guys want to fall in love at 20-something years old, and you haven't dated nobody. You haven't been through nothing to say, out of all the people I rocked with, this is the one.
You said something really, really important. I think it's a true assessment for me getting married early too. It's like I wanted to build with somebody, you know what I'm saying, and get with somebody. I'm not gonna say early, but I mean, for lack of better terms, is how old I am, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to build with someone,
right,
and have somebody kind of be a part of my empire. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for me, that was my mindset in terms of like why I decided to get
married.
married.
It's deeper than that too. Mm-hmm. You probably couldn't have pulled nobody else.
Right.
And at that time, that was the right girl. You're
Absolutely.
like, man, I don't know if I can find another one like this.
Right.
Because some guys don't have that swag. Mm-hmm. Some people don't like chasing women and calling them all the time. Right. So when you get that first woman to like you, and she fine, you want to knock it down fast, because some men don't move like that. You know, like one of my homies told me years ago, and this is how I got that line. He said, TK, he said, every time I see you, you always have a bad woman on you. And I always said, I always keep a bad bitch breathing on me. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to my high school coach not too long ago. I was 14. And they had a track reunion. And he said, all the guys that was there was talking about Kirkland. And he said, one thing about Kirkland, he always had fine women. This was in high school.
Wow.
This is 1976. 1977. So I always had beautiful women. But then as you go through life, you want them to be attractive, but then you start thinking about character.
Yeah.
You want them to be beautiful and character, but then you want them to have something going for themselves, right? And maybe once in the blue moon, you find someone that doesn't have none of that, but you have the ability to make them an asset. See, they may not be an asset, but if you like a person that much, you make them an asset.
Make it happen, yeah, man.
Do you see yourself getting married?
And nope.
Tell me why not.
Well, I'm 63, about to be 64. So it doesn't make sense to get married, but I'll buy a woman a ring. You know, I'll put a ring on you, let you know I care, I respect you. And because when another man, a strong man, sees a ring on a woman's finger, he'll respect her, because that shows a bond. You know, so if a woman is in my life and she meets someone, I said, don't never tell no man you love me. She said, what do you mean? I said, never tell no man you love me. Don't even tell a man you got a man. If a guy rolls up on you and he's talking to you and you really respect me, just say, I'm holding it down for someone already. See, because holding it down is different. It has a different reaction to the mind, because when women have said, I love my man, or I have a boyfriend so much, it holds no weight. And men look right past that. I don't care what you say. We can be friends. Yeah, right. You know, I'm going to go right. But if you say you holding it down for someone, you got it on lock. And that guy, if he's a man, he understands that.
I'm going to use that.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you're supposed to. I'm dropping the game. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're talking to Unc here. That's why I'm here.
I'm for sure using that.
That's right. Yeah, you don't tell nobody you love me. Tell them you holding it down for me.
Now, you did something. You talked about earlier fatherhood. And this is my last question.
Yes.
As far as fatherhood for just generic, just generally for fathers, not the ones with bad baby mamas or anything like that. But just as a father, what dad advice would you give to other fathers out there, just in general?
That you have to understand life. One, you got to know that, sex makes babies, not love.
Fact.
Right? So if you have sex and you have a child, you may not have the bond that you want with that child the way you had love with another family. And when you have those two different entities going on, you don't make the same type of commitment to a child that you had sex with a mama, because there was no bond. You didn't live in the house. Think about it. You have a woman has your child. You never met a mother, never been to their house, never met their dad, never met their brothers and sisters, never been to none of the things for growth, to have roots in the ground. But then if you had a strong relationship, not even married, you lived together, had a baby, he was in a home for years, and if you separated, there's still a bond there to, I want to do right. But then you got some men who are weak who will say, because I'm not with you, I'm not taking care of the kid. That's something, that's some trauma from something else. And there are men out there that'll do that, to use that against the female. They'll say, unless I'm with you, I'm not going to take care of my child. Then you got some women who will have a baby and say, I don't need nothing from you. I could take care of the kid by myself. So there's all different lanes to this, you know. You have to choose character of woman, the most important part, right? Because once you have a child and a man or woman bring you confusion and pain, that's 18 years of a life sentence. That's how I look at it.
Minimum.
18 years is a life sentence of pain and confusion, maybe child support court, someone talking bad about you, someone, you taking care of your kid, but she's a money-hungry person, and she's telling other people, you don't take care of your kid. So that gets into the streets. And it's like, oh, you don't take care of your kid, but you know you taking care of your kid. And then you got women who have a child, but they don't have no money. So they was looking you for the bank. So here's two broke mothers and fathers having a child, but the woman is saying, oh, you ain't nothing.
Right.
Because you don't have your money right. But baby, you know, I come from poverty too.
Facts.
We saw each other. We had a drink. You had on them jeans, and you had your cleavage out. And, you know, I gave you a PDD, a proper dick down. You feel me? And we had this child. And now we, as adults, we have to try to do right. So during this journey, I'm going to get my life together. You're going to get your life together. And I want women to understand, too, if you got a baby father who is probably struggling now in life, eventually, if that man is working hard, eventually he will become a better man and be a great father. And now, 10, 15 years later, he has the money. And them tables do turn. You could be struggling. And now he got the kid, and he turned out to be a great man. So be mindful because them tables can turn.
This is my last thing. Is you got to go. In hip hop, I remember asking Partisan Fontaine. He's an artist from New York, or from the East Coast.
Yes,
he writes a lot. He wrote a lot of the Cardi B first album, and I asked him about being. Could you be considered a GOAT in rap if you don't write your raps,
right?
Like Drake is accused of and stuff like that. The same question goes for comedy. You have a lot of people who have writers.
Yes.
You have people who either contribute to someone's comedy and they do these big tours and big whatever the case may be. Can you be a GOAT or a legend in comedy if you don't write every word?
Amongst other writers.
Like no, if you're the stand-up and we're the writers and we write for you.
Yes.
Can you be a GOAT or a
legend? Because you still have to have the ability to tell the joke.
Okay.
Set it up.
Because somebody can write a joke, and if you don't know how to tell the joke doesn't fly.
I get you.
It's like a person that you can write a song for. If that person don't sing it right, it's not a hit. It sounds good, but I'm gonna take this to Luther.
Yeah, I feel that.
And Luther gonna blow this thing out the water. You understand? Yeah. So it's same with, I get people, lately people have been asking me to write for me. But my jokes is just so pure and honest that you gotta be able to feel. You can't write what I feel.
Have you ever written for other comedians?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that's something that you would never even do?
I would never even do that.
So is that integrity or is that because of the craft or what? Why is that?
I just don't care about that shit.
I feel
I really wish people didn't take entertainment so seriously. It's like, it's just too much, man. Because at the end of the day, when it's all over, yo, all you got is things. All you got is just, I don't even think you think about it when you're about to leave here. I think that when you go through all this that you go through, the houses, the cars, the women, on your last days, that don't even cross your mind. I think you just be thinking about survival and So the goal is just to live and enjoy it. So if you are capable of remembering things, you can say, yo, it's cool. I had a ball. You know, the thing that I found in life is Alzheimer's. That's what I'm pronouncing right. Alzheimer's, Alzheimer's.
I say Alzheimer's, but I think it's Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
it's Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Alzheimer's. That it's amazing that a white person can have Alzheimer's and still know they don't like black people.
That memory's there
Isn't
somewhere.
that interesting?
That motherfucker in there. Right?
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Just like when people say they crazy. I said everybody's not crazy. And so what do you mean? I said if you put a person in the middle of a highway and tell them to walk over there and get a sandwich, and they see cars coming, I bet you they stop.
Facts.
I bet
So
you
that
they let
person
the car
not
go by.
crazy.
They not crazy because you knew to stop.
Right.
I can see TK's mental health facility and him just testing everybody.
Right.
Oh, well, he really crazy because he's splattered all
Right,
over.
exactly. You know, put them on the street, and I guarantee you, I guarantee you, they stop.
So if they keep walking, they crazy.
They're crazy. And, you know, you see him up in there, that's one. He was really crazy.
And for the record, before we get killed in the comments, Alzheimer's.
Okay, Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's.
Alts.
Alzheimer's.
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 Alzheimer's. Okay,
Yeah.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
Because
like
I say Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I said the same thing until you just said it. I'm like, wait, I say Alzheimer's. I think it's
It's
Alzheimer's.
We don't get us
Alzheimer's.
Get us some Rosetta Stone.
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. No, I'm gonna get this right.
you get it right.
Alzheimer's. I want to say it right.
Say it again.
Okay.
Alzheimer's.
Okay, Alzheimer's. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm dyslexic, so it's good that I saw it that way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of that. Yeah, because I like to know. I like to say things right.
You can say a gang and shit, but if you saying it the wrong way, nobody's gonna take you serious.
Nobody's
So
gonna
it's
take you seriously.
I
Yeah,
love
because
that.
every now and then on my interviews, I might say one thing wrong, and they go, "Oh, he said such and such."
They'll kill you in the comments,
or
man.
you forget something,
Yeah.
and people think that you have this brain that you cannot make a mistake. Just like when conversation, you can say something like, "Oh no, that's not what I meant," and go on. You know what the person meant. On these interviews, they will.
They be
clown.
on you. They be on
They
you.
on you, bro.
They be on you.
You know. So the thing about the Katt Williams interview too, all the stuff he said was phenomenal. All I said to people was, "I want to race Katt in a 40-yard dash."
You think you beat him?
Oh, I could beat him.
You for sure?
I'm positive. I put 20,000 on it.
He did a 4.4. Was that a real?
Now I want you to think about that, and we're gonna go.
Yeah, but Katt also younger too. You know?
Katt is 50.
Okay.
All right. So I want you to, and then before we go, and I love Katt. I'm just really making fun of this.
Got you.
Deion Sanders ran a 4.1 in his prime in the 40-yard dash.
Put that in consideration. And to be honest,
Or 4.1. A 4.1 in his prime.
This is prime time.
yo. Yeah.
Katt ran a 4.4 in sweats that they said he ran for, and he was 50. Now
The math ain't mathing.
right. So my point that I'm making, if we did run, and to all the fans that's listening, if you cut this out and edit it, please make sure you put the part in. I'm saying this is all fun.
Yeah.
Because I like to make some stuff fun. I'm not saying we're gonna run a fast time.
Yeah.
I'm not. We ain't gonna. In fact, we ain't gonna be nowhere in the sixes.
right. Just to be clear.
Yo, we gonna run a 40-yard dash in about 8.1.
Let's be clear.
For people who understand, 8.1 and a 40 is slow.
Yeah.
But I know I can get them. Now, I don't know what's going to be the results afterwards. I don't know. I'm going to have to go to the hospital.
I'm going to get him, though.
It'll be an urgent care.
Yeah,
Saturday.
I don't know. I don't know when we're done what the results are
Hit
when
maybe
we're
out of
finished.
placement. Yeah.
But I got a feeling I might have to go
Oh, man.
to the urgent care after this.
Hey.
I got a feeling
But
we're
you
gonna have to
gonna
go
go
there.
winner.
Yeah, but I'm gonna win it
There
though.
you go.
With my 20,000.
There we go,
I feel
man.
you.
With
All
my
right.
20,000.
TK Kirkland, man, thank you so much.
Listen,
for
thank you
being
guys so
gracious
much.
with
I
your time,
appreciate
bro.
you guys, yo. And we're gonna do this next year. You know, I always come once a year.
Facts. Make it
So I'll be back again next year. I won't be doing comedy here for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, after this weekend, I worked so much. I had so much fun. I had this rule that I really want people to miss you. You got to be missed. See, I come up like with the Princes and the Michael Jacksons, right?
Yeah.
And when they did events, they would do an album. They would rock it for years. Boom. They'll be gone 4 or 5 years before you see them again.
So how do you implement social media with that? Whereas today, we see everything about you in your life.
Well,
in
that's
front of your
different than
face.
stand-up.
Okay.
See, now I found my niche in my IG.
Gotcha.
So I take my thoughts and I get up like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and I start thinking. And I'm like, what do I want to put into the universe today? And I put my post together and I put it out. And then it takes off. It's been what I've done lately is just really done well. And the people hopped on it. And it's just to give people early in the morning something to think about.
Yeah.
You know, like today about not giving up your dreams. And somebody somewhere said, I'm not giving up my dreams. Or somebody somewhere said, baby, we're going to work this together. And what I want to tell men and women, have your own constitution. We forget what's going on in the world, what other people tell you. If you and the girl can have a understanding about what you want in your world, that's how you win. It's a contract between both of y'all. But you got to make sure both people understand how to comprehend and clearly understand the story. Because you ever sat in a room and everybody walked out of there with different thoughts of what was said?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Right.
Like we all was in the same room.
Like, you heard that?
Or you watch a video and everybody saw something different. That's insane.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you're clear in the conversation, right? So to go back, and I like to do in conclusion, to go over stuff. Make sure you talk to someone if you have a problem. Always speak to the people that understand comedy. When someone steals a joke, it's not their set. A joke is maybe a minute 30 seconds. A set is an hour.
Okay.
You know? Now, if someone steals someone's set, I think you should get upset. But if someone takes 1 minute of your set, that's dumb. It's like you got $1,000 in the bank and someone took $100. You ain't gonna get rid of that $999. That $900.
Yeah.
You gonna hold on to it, right? Same thing with life.
I feel that. I respect you so much, man. You one of my favorites.
I want you to. For me being black, I want you to make me number one.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you why I want you to do that. We are in a world that, as African Americans, we have to stick together in so many ways. Just like we all know Eminem is really probably one of the greatest rappers around.
Right.
But in the hip hop world, they won't consider that is because he's white.
Yeah, it's biased.
Yes. So only blacks are the only people that give people a pass. When we do the Oscars and you see Samuel Jackson outshining my man in Pulp Fiction, what was his name?
John Travolta.
John Travolta. You think they gave Samuel Jackson the award? When you see Ike and Tina Turner in the movie, and what's my man from that played Ike?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne. He should got an Oscar.
Yeah.
See, we're the only ones that give people a pass.
I feel that.
We're the only ones, yo. We're the only ones that give people a pass.
I feel that.
And what we have to start doing is representing our own. When I hear problems about Black Lives Matter, and I'm in different parts of the world, and when they was in the news and how they was misusing money, and I bring up Jerry Lewis. And they said, what do you mean? I said, Jerry Lewis pimped America all the way till he died. They said, what do you mean? So I said, Jerry Lewis did a telethon called Muscular Dystrophy. He had all the celebrities on the phone. They'd be in the back and he walking around, and he'll tell you, right now we just reached 500,000. And people clapping. And them people, when you saw the videos, them people, when he died, still had them problems. He didn't cure nobody.
Yeah.
So as we have to start thinking. Give me another example. Every holiday on St. Patrick's Day, blacks dress up and put green on. Like they Irish. Have you ever seen a white person do that for Black History Month? Wear an afro and a dashiki with an afro pick in their hand.
Yeah, it ain't gonna go
Cinco
too
de
well.
Mayo. We party for Cinco de Mayo. Mayo. No disrespect to Spanish, but you don't see nobody doing that for us.
I hear what you're saying. I get it.
We have to start, and I really mean this, we have to start understanding what we say and do. We got to understand it because it's power, you know? is power.
Yeah.
And that's something that we have to take into consideration. Even though somebody's really good, and I'm not racist, let's make sure we're clear. I just want us to protect our own just a little bit more. And if we protect our own just a little bit more, we'll start having respect for each other. And it starts with one and it spreads.
Right.
You know, like some women that I meet, I tell them don't use profanity. And the girl will say, oh, TK, that's who I am. And I convinced them eventually to stop. And I said, it's not that I don't want you to curse. I said, I want you to curse when you're really upset. That way people know you're really mad. And then when you have girlfriends, start saying around them, I'm going to stop using profanity. Because most of the women I know are beautiful. And I say to them, somebody's watching you and they're looking up to you. So if you start saying, I'm not going to curse no more,
Same thing.
they're going to start saying, I ain't going to curse no more.
Yeah, you got to be the change.
Yeah, you got to be the change because women don't know that when they use profanity, they lose value.
Damn.
They lose value. Because if a man's a real man, you're not bringing a woman around your mother that used profanity. Your grandmother. Let's say you meet a girl and you got kids. You don't want that kind of girl around your daughter or your son using all type of FUs and kiss my ass. You know, I guess where's the respect? You have to have a level of respect so high that people don't even play games. Like you still gotta have fun, but that joking on each other, eventually that leads to somebody getting mad eventually. Because you're joking too much.
I feel that.
You know?
I feel that.
Yeah. You're joking too much. You got to respect, Gary. We're losing it.
Yeah.
The respect thing is being lost on so many levels, you know? And when the post that I talked about yesterday about how men are working 20 times harder than their grandfathers for a woman who's worth 20 times than their grandmother, and no one understood what I meant. And what I meant by that is, back in the 60s, I saw women coming up wanting to be independent. They cooked, they took care of their husbands, and now today women are twerking, they're half naked going through the mall. And when you talk to them, they'll say, you can't tell me what to do. So there's no leadership, there's no guidance, right? Yeah. And then you got men who don't know how to guide. Mm-hmm. So it's all messed up.
It's all in disarray right now.
It's all in disarray. This is what I see. Mm-hmm. I don't see it no coming back.
I want you, for the folks that will see you or will see this in real time, you know, how can they catch you? What's coming up? You know, where they can actually check you out live and direct?
Absolutely. Tickets go on sale next month. My Live Nation tour called Catch Me If You Can.
There we go.
That's what we're calling it. We're going to be everywhere. We're doing 43 cities.
Nice.
The thing I liked about Live Nation is that they understood my strategy. Because most of the time you go on tour, they'll put you in 3 different cities in the same weekend. And I explained to them that we have to do one weekend, and in some cities we'll do 2 or 3 because I know my age, and I don't ever want to be that guy that, you heard about me passing. I was in a hotel, and I was tired, and I didn't wake up. I don't want to be that dude. So I work out, I take care of my body, and I want to have that week to rest, to see my grandkids, to be with my children a little bit more, still work out, still have sex a little bit if I want to. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to have to do all that. Have sex, see the grandkids, go see my children. That'll wear your body out. But if I do it that way, guess what? Everything is smooth. Or I can lay up with my girl. Yeah. A little champagne on the balcony of the beach, knowing that I'll be in Hawaii or somewhere next week. But I don't have to rush to do it. I could take the time, haircut, manicure, pedicure, get a massage, play your shit. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank them. And the deal is for 10 years, but I'm not going to do 10 years. In 10 years, I'll be 74 years old. That ain't happening. So, but who knows? I could probably pull it off.
Yeah.
I could probably pull it off. But I just want people to really sit back and learn from me and know that everything I say is genuine and I want the best for everybody in life. And I truly, really mean that. And avoid the pitfalls of life. Don't get caught up in the he said, she said. Don't run in cliques. Don't be the person of, don't be the messenger. A lot of people don't understand about the messenger. Give you an example. I'll do this one time. When I meet women, and because a basketball, football player, we get a bad rep. Because if your girlfriend's with you, your girl will say, girl, he got women everywhere. And that devalues the guy, and the girl starts believing her girlfriend. But what they actually saying is, bitch, ain't no way he choosing you. Ain't no way you can pull him. They hating on the low. Because what a female good friend should say, girl, you might be the one. Right. You should make sure you handle that because you know other women like him.
Hold him down.
Go get that. But most women are subliminally hating on their friend. Or someone says something bad about you. And that person knows it's going to make you mad. And they come back and say, yo, homeboy was talking about you. Let me tell you what he said. You just as bad as the person that said it.
So don't be the messenger.
Don't be the messenger unless somebody's life is in danger.
Right.
Other than that, keep it to yourself. Yeah. But people will literally come back to gossip. They say, yo, you putting the same energy in that message the same way they did. And maybe a little bit more.
More. Definitely more.
A little bit more. And it's going to mess up your days. Now you all emotional.
Your day for no reason.
TK Kirkland.
Hey, man. I
Player to player.
You a legend, bro.
Pimp to pimp.
And I just appreciate you. So, you know, when you do come back, we're going to have another
I love it because I can see it in his eyes. He's like a sponge.
I'm calculating.
Yeah, he's a sponge. He's taking everything I'm saying in. Yo, I love it.
He want to get them points back. That's what it is.
No, I'm on it.
I'm on it. You moving from this right. You're going to do the right thing from this moment.
Trust me. I'm on it. Trust me.
And get a girl's car wash.
I do. Listen, I'm with you.
Yes.
You fucking me up.
Okay, there you go. Do that.
Just hold on.
Do that.
You know, we got to
go. Here's some other player stuff I'm going to put y'all up on. If you got the girl live in your area and you know a person that does car detailing, don't even tell her. You know a schedule, have the person go to the car, send them a picture of the car, and say, yo, just get out there early morning and start watching. I want you to detail it really good on the outside. She gonna come out, what's going on? Oh, your so-and-so told me to detail your car. She gonna go, this. She goes, that's so sweet.
Hey, not the...
Bro, listen.
You didn't have to.
I don't want to make you. I don't want to make you more late to your.
Yes, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
But listen, thank you.
Oh yeah, it's time to go.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we good.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
you.
I see you wrote them notes down.
I was taking notes.
It's homegrown Chuck
man.
Dizzle, DJ Head, TK
The
Kirkland.
legend.
Thank you guys. Follow me on TK_Kirkland. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you listen and comment. And if you do follow me, just know that you are the 0.01% that has completed something that they started.
Boom.
Damn.
Thank you, bro. TK Kirkland, ladies and gentlemen.